Hello, and welcome back to this edition of Daily Actives brought to you by Bootleg Macro. I'm Dustin. We are going to be looking at Nvidia today. What I'm going to do is go ahead, if you haven't seen my videos, what I've made here is a custom component for myself. It's taking some pieces of a larger model, which I'll show you in this video as well. Just kind of reviewing what are the most active stocks in the US stock market. Today we have Nvidia. You can see we've got over 214 million shares traded today. This thing has recently flipped bullish. The one thing that's quite concerning to me, though, is it is back below its 20-day moving average. I do like to see, though, that in the range we're seeing a higher low in the bottom here, which is really good. We're actually starting to see this kind of move up. Now, if you've seen my video from the day before, we did have some issues specifically on data. This is on my data provider, because if you've been following NVIDIA, which I imagine you have since you're watching this video, you're going to see that we have the old prices here before the split. The one nice thing is that this is completely caught up since the 10th of July, but I do like to see, again, that I'm seeing a higher low that shows me a lot about what we might see. Now, this is the larger model that I would have used normally in my previous videos, but again, I built this tool, the specific Chrome component. The reason I built it that way is because I wanted to take the most important pieces of this individual model, and I didn't want to have these kinds of data issues. Like if you see how all of a sudden it goes negative 100 across the board, that means that I've got a data issue specifically inside of one of these. So what I have to do is I have to update this. Go ahead and paste that there. It's going to update. And if we go back, now you can see we've got all of the proper data. One of the reasons why I stopped using this tool and I really moved back to just having this individual component was because I recognized that very quickly that I wanted something that wouldn't A, have the same kind of data issues, and B, would give me an opportunity to have something that I could look at that I thought was most important. And when I look at the bottom of the range and top of the range, where this comes from, essentially is the trade range that you see down here. The only difference is that I've actually made it I made it less dynamic in the sense of how this is reflective. What I've done is I've actually made it, instead of it being with all those different ranges, I've just done what I would see as the top and the bottom. The difference is here in terms of what I'm thinking. I want it to be based off the volatility. So if we actually go to the trade, we actually go to the quick review here. I'm going to go down to where I have one of these ranges themselves. We're going to see, I think 117 or 138 at the top and 117.49 at the bottom. I call that out because this is really how the range is actually generated. You see here, we're going to see 117.46 and 13 directly, or 138 directly. The only difference you can see is very minor. This range, in my opinion, I like the way that the range on this component is put together even more. If you want to actually see a little bit more commentary just around this kind of stuff, I do actually give out a very specific list. Each day, what I'll do is I actually give a list here. I'll give all of these different ranges. This is the one from yesterday. I give then all of the specific sectors, and you get it updated to you every single night. I think it's really useful, especially when you start to look at where it is relative to where it is from the bullish bottom and the bullish top. But tell me what you think in the comments below. Are you long? Are you short? Do you like it? Do you love it? Is this even a good review? I'll talk to you soon.